This guy here is going to give me the Rock Smash HM in Gold Silver Crystal. He only gave it to you when Sudowoodo was out of the way, and it was a TM, not an HM. But this time around, you can get it extra early, so yeah, make him faint Rock Smash. I never expected a move with 40 power to be referred to as a make him faint move, but oh well, whatever. I guess 40 power is sort of decent for this point in the game, but as he's saying, it's really difficult to make Pokemon forget. You can only do so when you go see the move Deleter, which is much later in the game. And that thing over there was the Sudowoodo that is blocking the way. It's definitely not a tree because it's moving, duh. But anyway, before heading to the Ruins of Alph, something that I haven't covered last video because I didn't even know about it. Remember that guy in the Pokemon Center? Well, apparently, if you enter specific phrases that vary depending on your trainer ID, you can get wallpapers and Pokemon eggs. So I'm gonna give you as an example. I'm gonna show you how to get the Wooper egg if you have the same trainer ID as I do. Okay, this is all written down here in the Firefox window that I have open behind the emulator. So, Drizzle Lessons, this is what I'm supposed to enter. And, yeah, I'm actually going to use that Wooper egg because I wanted to use a Wooper for HM slave duties. However, I'm not even going to need to catch one if I actually grab that, egg, so it's a major plus right there. It's going to save me the $200 that it's going to take to buy the Pokeball that's necessary to catch it. So, I'm going to get the Wooper egg now, and after that I'm going to off-screen the other 2 eggs, and I'm not even going to bother with the wallpapers. So I'll see you once I get the Mareep and Slugma eggs. Okay, so now that this is done, we can actually head into the Ruins of Alph now that I have patched up all those loose ends. The Ruins of Alph are a rather interesting place, so we're going to have to come back here a few times in order to get everything that we can get in there. I'm not going to bother with catching all the unknowns, same as in my Crystal LP. It's just a waste of time. And, yeah, I'm not even going to bother catching one of them, in fact, because it's just, completely worthless. In fact, I believe it's the worst fully evolved Pokemon in the entire game, and I think most people would agree with me on that. So this building here is where you can find a few scientists studying the ruins. Nothing that interesting there, but, oh well, the real action is in the ruins anyway. So we got a few scientists giving you some random banter about the ruins. And all the additions that were put in there in Crystal have come back in Hard Gold and Soul Silver, by the way. And there's also another addition that's new to Hard Gold and Soul Silver that, well, I can't show it, but I'm at least going to mention it. So there was absolutely nothing on that computer, which was sort of a waste. Would have been fun to find out more about this place, but then again, okay, feel free to explore the ruins and become a fossil professor. Okay, I'm just gonna check out this toll booth here, and after that I'm gonna head into the ruins proper. There are a few puzzles to solve. There are 2 puzzles to solve in each chamber of the ruins, in fact. There's one that involves sliding panels, and the other one involves bringing a certain item or Pokemon in a specific spot at the back of the chamber. So, now that that's done, I believe... no, okay, so this is the main chamber where all the unknowns appear once you unlock them. So I'm gonna go in there. I forgot about that because I don't want to do the puzzles just yet. Because once you do one of those puzzles, you're going to make a few varieties of unknowns start appearing, and those NPCs here disappear forever. So if you want to talk to them, the time is now and not after you do the puzzle. An ancient Pokemon? not 100% sure here, but isn't this a Rhydon and not an ancient Pokemon? Well, I could see it being ancient, you know, from the perspective that it was the first Pokemon ever designed, but ancient as in Pokemon lore, no, sorry about that, it's not ancient at all. Anyway, this is just one big zigzagging room, very linear, there's nothing else. There are no items that I recall, just unknowns. So, and this is the only place where you can get unknowns, by the way, so if you want to get unknowns, it's here and nowhere else, though I don't see why you would want to get an unknown anyway, other than for Pokédex completion. But that's enough of that. We're going to climb out of there and head to the first puzzle chamber. The puzzles themselves have changed a little bit since Gold, Silver, Crystal, as you'll soon see. And even getting to the chamber itself is, well, I wouldn't say a puzzle, but it's not quite as out in the open as it was in Gold, Silver, Crystal. Anyway, yeah, there are two things you can do in this room. You can solve the puzzle, or there's there's the name of something that's written in unknown speak at the back of the room. I'll check that out right now. Escape. If you bring an escape rope here, this door is going to open and give you access to a vault that has some items in there. So, you might remember this from Gold, Silver, Crystal. And as you can see, you don't just drag the panels around anymore. You also have to rotate them in order to solve the puzzle. So this definitely goes there. Okay, I think. Okay. So, okay. Oh, okay, that I see now. There's something. No, that's not it. What am I doing wrong? I can imagine you screaming at the top of your lungs at the computer screen, you know. Do this, dumbass! And... oh, I get it. I had to put this over there, this over there, rotate, thank you very much, and there we go. So, now we're gonna fall through the floor and release a whole bunch of unknowns in here. And, yeah, we got a scientist here who's going to give me the unknown dex. Back in Gold, Silver, Crystal, you obtained it in the, well, I wouldn't say a house, but that sort of lab that's near the exit of the ruins. But as we just saw, there was no one to give us the unknown dex there, so this is where you get it. Once you solve the first puzzle and unknowns start appearing, this is when you get the unknown dex. So now we gotta head to about the halfway point of this room to get out of here. So that means I'm gonna be fighting a bunch of unknowns on the way. So I'm going to mention what I will not be covering of this place in this LP, since you require an event Arceus from movie 12, and obviously. Not only do I don't have one, but this is an emulated run anyway. But anyway, moving on. When you take that event Arceus to that little lab place in the Ruins of Alph, one of the scientists is going to come out and be surprised that, you know, you have an Arceus with you. So that guy's going to take you to an area called the Sinjoh Ruins, where Sinnoh and Johto are supposed to intersect or something like that. I'm not quite clear on the specifics. And what's sad about this place is that there was this little reference that ended up being lost in translation, because it was called the Shinto Ruins in the Japanese version. And the Shinto is not only a contraction of the Japanese names for Sinnoh and Johto, but it also refers to some Japanese religion. I couldn't really tell because I'm not an expert on that. But Sinjoh Ruins, well, once again, it retains the name of, you know, Sinnoh and Johto, but unfortunately no references to Shintoism anymore. So anyway, once you get into these ruins, well, I'm really glad that I'm not covering this in this LP, because guess who you end up meeting with? Yeah, when we're talking about mythology and ruins and stuff like that, Cynthia's gotta be around here somewhere. So yeah, Cynthia's there. Basically, she talks and talks and talks. and does absolutely nothing herself. What a surprise! And after that, you can use your Arceus to create either a Dialga, a Palkia, or a Giratina straight out of the blue, just like that. And they come at level 1. And each one of them has a special move. Dialga has Metal Burst, Palkia has Hydro Pump, and Giratina has Shadow Sneak. And each of them also comes equipped with their own orb, since otherwise there would be no way to obtain them, especially the Grizius orb, which you can't even trade from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Actually, only from Platinum, because it's not even programmed into Diamond and Pearl, and that's the very reason why you can't trade it to begin with. So, yeah, this is the only way you can get the Grizius orb in this game. And, of course, that means that Giratina is going to come in its origin form, since, well, it's got the orb attached to it, and that's what the orb does. Anyway, we're just about done here. Just gonna finish killing out this unknown, and after that we're gonna be done with this place for now, since there's nothing else I can do. Though we're gonna be coming back to the Ruins of Alph a few more times, since there are various different entrances. There's a place that you can access only once you have Surf, and so on. So for now, no, this isn't where I wanted to go. So I guess next up we're gonna head to the Bellsprout Tower, since now it's the only place where we can go where there's something to do. And Bellsprout Tower is home to our next party member, our first party member actually, which is Gastly. However, it can only be caught at night. And as far as random battles go in the Bellsprout Tower, you can only fight Rattatas during the day. There's absolutely nothing else. And at night, you can fight... it's 85% Gastlys and 15% Rattatas. There are no wild Bellsprouts at all, though don't worry, there's still no shortage of Bellsprouts in this tower, because most of the trainers in this place only use Bellsprouts, and the others use either one or two Bellsprouts with a Hoot Hoot, so there's still no shortage of Bellsprouts, as I was saying. So, this is the new and improved Bellsprout Tower. This is what it looks like. Very much of an improvement from Gold, Silver, Crystal. I have to say, this game is really... well, there's a lot of eye candy in it. It's not as good as Black and White can get sometimes, but still, very, very, very good. Anyway, it's daytime. Gastly can only be caught at night, so I'm gonna have to wait a few hours until I get it. So, see you then. Okay... You can't really tell, but right now it's nighttime, which means 85% of all wild encounters are going to be Gastlys. And we didn't get unlucky there, got a Gastly on the first try. Gonna use Razor Leaf because, it's poison type, not very effective, so it shouldn't kill it. Well, not that it matters, because Tackle can't even hit it. Oh, great! I get hacked by a lick, but it doesn't really matter, because I'm going to just chuck a Pokeball at it. And since Gastlys are so common, by the way, I can afford to be picky about the nature that I'm going to get. So, Gastly was caught in one ball, not much of a surprise there. I haven't checked its catch rate, but it's got to be pretty high. So, there we go. I just caught my first official team member. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to head back to the Pokemon Center, since, there's the fact that I still have the 3 eggs on me, which means my party's full, so Gastly is going to be, in the PC, so it's going to be fully healed. Seriously, now that I think about it, why did they even design the heal balls if the Pokemon gets healed when it's caught and it goes into PC anyway? Seriously. Well, I know it doesn't get healed if it stays in your party, but still, this is just a waste of a Pokeball. Anyway, let's see what nature we drew here. Sassy, huh? Is this the one I'm thinking of? I'm just gonna check it out. Oh no, it's actually pretty good. Boosts special defense and lowers speed. Well, tell you what, I'm gonna keep that one because Gastly is already really fast and doesn't really need that much speed for in-game purposes, whereas the extra bulk is always much appreciated. So, I put Hoot Hoot back in the PC because it's just going to be used for breeding purposes. And now I'm off to grind that Gastly, so I'm going to see you when it's done.